they said, people said, Real Madrid fans said that Federico Valverde was better than De Jong. They said that Valverde was better than De Jong. They said that De Jong was finished. They said that the league was the one out of Ajax that was doing the best. They said that De Jong was trash, that he was just a one season wonder. They said, but they were wrong. They were wrong. Because precisely what Frenkie de Jong is doing now at Barcelona is not what he's been exercising at Ajax, not the same role he had in the Netherlands, but he is evolving as a player. And that takes a lot more determination, a lot more attitude, a lot more skill, and a lot more talent to do. If you stick to one thing, that is precisely the... Okay, I understand that. You know what? You're good at that role. But De Jong is becoming one of the most versatile, one of the best midfielders all around. He really is becoming the real deal. And yes, 87-44, Valverde is still good. I still like Valverde, but what we're seeing with De Jong is unique. I don't feel ever in their career Valverde will reach a level where, yes, there were moments where Valverde was playing better than De Jong. There were moments where midfielders were playing better than De Jong. But I think that if you're looking in talents, you're looking at to what they can reach in the long term of things, I think that De Jong is a unique kind of player. I think he will be a generational talent. I think that is a phrase that is kind of said now more often than not with players. You know what people are saying, oh, Amad Diallo from Manchester United, he will be a generational talent. No, he's an incredible player. He's going to be amazing later on. But generational talents come few and far between. And I don't say that often. I think there are some very unique players that I will put into that category. So for me, De Jong is up there. I do feel that De Jong is there. I do feel that. So let me know, guys. Do you think De Jong is up there? Do you think he will mark a history in the midfield? If you're looking now at other midfielders around the world, similar age, I think that the best midfield you can put nowadays, if there's one midfield that I want to put for the end of the world, it would be De Bruyne, Kimmich, De Jong. That midfield so far now is for me the best midfield that the humans can put. You know what? That's the best midfield the human race can put in. I think that would be an amazing discussion to make. What would be the team of the human race, which is basically kind of like the team of the year. Yeah, basically, forget it. It's just the team of the year with a way cringier name. We need Piqué back. Messi wanted to humiliate the entire defense at the last minute. I knew. Messi did want it, in fact, to go ham in that last final shot. For me, he should have shot way earlier. He should have taken the shot way earlier. That was a bit... I don't know what it was. Some people are saying, oh, he was emulating his idol Ribuch. I don't understand that. But I think he took way too many fake shots. And that was just... I don't think that was the case, you know? Bruno Fernandes is very good too. I must admit he is very good too. Maybe we put a 4-1-2-1-2 where you have De Jong, De Bruyne at the same height, Kimmich a little bit deeper, and then maybe Bruno Fernandes up top as the number 10. Could work. I'm not too sure. It could work. Adri Kask says, first I thought it's nonsense, but now I honestly see why Koeman wants Wijnaldum in this team. He truly needs physical box-to-box midfielders to develop his tactics. Yeah, indeed, and thank you for realizing. It really is a kind of high-line team with Koeman. It's a team that has very high risks, and you can get rewards, but they're not in abundance. It's a very, I would say, it's not the best system that you can employ. For me, my opinion, it's not the best. But Koeman is taking it, is doing it. And to make it work, you do need this box-to-box midfielder type to cover up those spaces. And De Jong is sort of doing that role now. He's sort of exercising that role. But he's still doing other ones at the same time. So he's responsible for a lot of the distribution, a lot of the ball progression, a lot of the carrying, a lot of the association, a lot of the link-up play, a lot of the covering for the fullbacks when they're not there. De Jong is still doing a lot of responsibilities. And you have Riqui Puig, you have Pedri there, which they can occupy those spaces as well, which they can collaborate, and they're perfect for that. But if they, for instance, if you take someone like Busquets out, and then you put De Jong with Naldum and somebody else, I think that in terms of legs mobility, they will allow a lot more for those spaces to cover up for the Riqui Puig and the Pedri. That is what I think Koeman is planning, but so far I cannot really change anything about the system because I think they're good enough. I think that Busquets coming into the 4-3-3, we've seen certainly in this game in Rayo Vallecano and the last few games, every time since De Jong has been playing good for like 5 games on a row now, right? And all of those games, Busquets has been playing as a main pivot. I think it works. I think it really works because now Busquets finally has somebody else with those legs to run next to him. Before, Busquets had to be this double pivot, had to exercise way more defensive responsibilities that he was simply not able to take care of. And thankfully now, Koeman has realized that he cannot let Busquets play there. He either has to change Busquets, put him out of the side, or put him in and then put out another one kind of versatile midfielder. And that is Pedri, that is Riqui Puig, depending on the team, depending on the team. Why are you always so late? Why am I always so late? I actually would like to see at what time I started today because I want to start like that. Why do I put 5:55? It's normally the time I put the live stream to start. Well, because it gives you guys the time to join in the live stream while I'm still kind of changing the thumbnail, doing things like that. And then I come in kind of 7:15, so you kind of have those 10 minutes. Because if I put 5:15, which is when I start precisely, it will take us longer for more people to join in the live stream. And that is just little tactics that most people do at the end of the day. So if you watch someone on Twitch, for instance, what they do is they put like 5 the live stream and then they put a screen that says like stream starting in a few minutes, That is what they do. I don't have that screen. I want to have something like that. I think I have something like that, honestly. I want to change it a little bit. But that's something I just have to do in my meantime. But Ashoy Pereira saying De Jong is scoring in almost every game. It's crazy. Indeed, De Jong has 5 goals. And if I'm not wrong, 3 assists in the last 7 games. 5 goals and 3 assists in the last 7 games. That means that precisely De Jong has 8 goal contributions in the last 7 games. That's impressive. That's impressive. Currently, there were some reports that Messi was happy, but I don't think these are reports. I think they're more guesses. That Messi was happy because of the performances of Pedri, Riqui Puig, and De Jong, because it means that now this team is acting without him. And that is something that I really want to point out in today's live stream. And that's kind of the picture that I chose, right? The image that I chose there for the thumbnail precisely speaks of that matter, speaks of De Jong and Messi kind of working together, because now Messi doesn't have to do it alone. And that is something that I expressed on a video before. It didn't got that many views, so maybe not all of you watched the video, but it's one where it's called Messi's not the captain that you think, but not how you... No, it was Messi's not the captain that Barcelona needs, but not how you think. And in that video, what I was explaining was that the fact that Messi does all the carrying for Barcelona is something that he doesn't want to do. Messi doesn't want to be the main focal point. He likes to be the guy that just lets play his game, and then he can exercise his beauty and all of his excellence. So by having players like De Jong in a game like this without Messi, or a game like this without De Jong today, will probably just put all the spotlight on Messi, saying Messi didn't do this, Messi didn't play well, Messi whatever, Messi kind of is not fit, Messi, why did he play if he's injured, oh, Messi with the red card. All of these statements would come out. But De Jong showed up, and in a game where Messi cannot be 100%, because not every game Messi is going to be at his best, that is where De Jong shows up. That is where someone like Pedri can come in as a substitute. That is where Riqui Puig can take a little bit of the mantle. That is when hopefully someone like Griezmann can turn up. And it's happening now with Frenkie de Jong in a more consistent basis. And I like that, because it means that now we are Barcelona versus PSG. It's a round of 16 of the Champions League. And we need to break PSG down. We cannot break PSG down. Messi not having the best of games because it's Florenzi man-marking him all the game. What can we do to break PSG down? Frenkie de Jong can turn up with a pass like he did. The first goal of Messi, that was De Jong to Griezmann to Messi. And that goal was all on the through ball from the Dutchman. That ball that De Jong cut through 2 lines of the midfield and the defense of Rayo Vallecano, it's precisely what you need. It's precisely what Barcelona needs to get in their arsenal more often to try and break teams down. Because without that, we just see how sloppy, how frustrating these games of Barcelona can get. So I'm just I'm very thankful for De Jong turning up. And I think that is something that De Jong has uniquely to himself. I talked before once about De Jong's unique ability to not only self-criticize himself, reflect, analyze his problems, and then react on the field. He's reacting on the field of what all the criticism that he has gotten. He said at the start of the season, if you don't remember, he said, "What's happening to you, De Jong? What do you want to do? I want to listen closer to the instructions of the manager. I want to find my space in the field, and I want to score more goals." Those three things that De Jong said at the start of the season, he's fixing them all now. And it's showing why, because of hard work. And that is what other players need to do. That is what every single individual player needs to try and do. I do not agree with, for instance, Jordi Alba's comments that happened a few days ago, where Jordi Alba went ahead and saying, "Oh, I'm one of the most hated footballers in the world." Like, fine, you're one of the most hated footballers in the world. What can you do about it to change that aspect of you? What is it possible that within you as a footballer, what can you do to change? And De Jong has that, while someone like Jordi Alba doesn't. And that's the difference between attitude and the difference between players that just live longer in the hearts of fans than others. We have LOL hater. Are you just laughing out loud and hating, or are you like a hater of League of Legends? Because if you are, then I will jump on your bandwagon, because if you play League of Legends, you should play Dota too, because it's way better. Hot take. LOL hater. Can we win the Copa likely or the trophy? I think Barcelona can win the Copa del Rey. It's the most accessible trophy, and I said it as well a few days ago on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I cannot stress enough, go there and follow me, because I have used this social media for almost, I would say, 5 months, and I'm in love with it. You don't understand. Every day I wake up, bang, Twitter. Every time I go for a walk, bang, Twitter. I'm on a lift, I'm taking a shit, bang, Twitter. I like it a lot. And most importantly, it's kind of like first impressions. It's like those reactions right away. And you just get me fresh. Most of the videos on my channel are analyzed, are kind of video essays. They have a lot of construction and a lot of kind of a lot of information in them. If you just want to see the vocalist that is like relaxed, that's Twitter where you can get it, and other social media as well. So, can we win? Yes, we can win, because the teams that remain, if I'm not wrong, I'm going to pull them up on screen right now. Why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and see Copa del Rey fixtures. Once again, I apologize if they're in Spanish, because Google changes depending on your freaking country, right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to open up the Zoom. No, I don't want to see Alcorcón versus Valencia. Who the hell wants to see that game? That is boring as fuck. Desktop. Okay. So teams that are progressing to the... is it quarterfinals? I think it's quarterfinals. Yeah, to the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. We got Levante, who beat Valladolid, Villarreal versus Girona, Sevilla versus Valencia, Betis versus Real Sociedad. This is a massive win for Betis, to be honest. Real Sociedad is worrying. I was hoping they could knock out Manchester United of the Europa League, but in this form, it doesn't seem they're going to do so. Almeria versus Osasuna, which is going to penalties, apparently. I think Almeria may take that one. I think Almeria is a much better drill side than Osasuna, to be honest. Barcelona will be Vallecano. So this one, my next guesses are probably going to be that Granada beats Navalcarnero, and then Bilbao beats Alcoyano. So Barcelona could face in the next round Levante, Real Betis, Villarreal, Sevilla, Almeria, Bilbao, and Granada. I think those will be our rivals. If we get Almeria, I mean, we will get a much better chance to win. I think Granada, I think Bilbao are difficult games. Imagine if we get Bilbao. We would have played Bilbao in like a month. What? 1, 2, 3, 4 times? Play Bilbao 4 times in a month? That would be insane. I wouldn't like Bilbao. Who would you like, guys? Who would you like? Let me know in the chat right now. Which team would you like? In my opinion, I think Real Betis is always an exciting game. But I would like to reserve that for a Sevilla derby, because as a neutral, I think those games are also exciting. So let Sevilla play Betis. That would be cool. Villarreal, Levante, that could be also a game. Almeria, Barcelona, that's what I want. And Granada, Bilbao. I think precisely this one versus this one, this one versus this one. That's what I would like to happen, honestly. The draw, if I'm not wrong, it's this Friday as well. So we will know our rival pretty soon. Let's go back to the broadcast. People want Betis. Some people want Levante. Levante are not good this season. Betis. Messi playing as a number 8 and De Jong is in the new Ramadeuter. Villarreal. Some people want Villarreal. Some people not Sevilla. So can we agree that we don't want Bilbao and Sevilla? Because that is precisely what I don't want us to happen. Twitter is awesome. I'm surprised it's a free app. If an app isn't free nowadays, there's no way that's not an app. Like, I'm planning on making an app. I want to make my own thing. You know, I've always talked about this, how I want to make my own thing. And I'm planning on making an app. And yeah, you definitely have to have a proper system in place. And if your app is not free nowadays, you're nothing. Miro de Menes, hello, I'm from Sofifa. Hello, how are you, dude? Sofifa, let me tell you guys about Sofifa. If you don't know this, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but Sofifa is fucking clutch. Like, I love this app. Well, it's not only for FIFA and for career mode. I use it for everything, literally. If I'm looking for a player, I want to know the age. I want to know and opinions. More importantly, if you want to know the opinions of other people, so FIFA for me is a place to go. There are a lot of trolls, but there are also a lot of opinions and well-constructed opinions. So I really like FIFA. It's a database where you have all players, literally all players in the database of FIFA. Of course, you don't have like La Libertadores, you don't have Internacional, you don't have Flamengo, you don't have I don't know what other teams you could not probably have. Probably teams like Panathinaikos. You may not have Apoel, things like that, but I mean, who even looks up at Apoel, you know? Or Takai, or is it, what's the name? Talaf, what's the team that Chelsea faced a long time ago in the Champions League? Talaf Male, the one from Iran. Tel Aviv. I don't know the full name, but I know it's from Tehran. So yeah, indeed. No Love Entertainment, Buga, imagine De Jong feeding Ansu Fati and Messi. That is tasty. That is tasty. Mino de Menes, I'm one of those trolls, but I'm also interactive with the community. I mean, trolling is not bad if you're just trolling and people take the troll. Like, I've got many times on FIFA, I literally say like I say, like, I put Vinicius Jr. over someone like Salah, you know? Like, of course that's not gonna be the thing. Big Dream Mode, every football YouTuber is sponsored by OneFootball. I mean, OneFootball is not a bad app. It's not a bad app. I've been doing a lot of research into them because, as you know, I'm finishing university and I want to get a job. And I found positions in The Athletic, in Tifo Football, which is kind of partnered with Athletic. OneFootball, the thing about OneFootball is that it's not bad because they actually do have a lot of benefits. Like, as a company, they have a lot of things for foreigners. And since I'm a foreigner, I would go there to Berlin. And they will give me like visa, they will pay me for a gym, they will pay me for some food supplies, they will give me they will help me find a place to stay. That is clutch. If you're going to seek for a job, that is clutch. Other big businesses, for instance, like ESPN, there was this kind of position in ESPN, right? That it ends on the 31st of January it closes, and I still want to apply there. I still want to send my CV, right? But the thing is that those businesses, they just would give you the job, you know? They just give you the job. They may pay more, but they expect you to pay the housing. They expect you to pay everything that you have, and that is such a problem, you know? It has such a hassle. But anyhow, getting back into the game, I want to do the comment that the Tosson has to say here. Firpo was good, but Alba just did better, but really good from Firpo. I think Firpo started very slow in this game. I mentioned also on Twitter, I already say you have to follow Twitter, but you have to follow me on Twitter there. I mentioned how Lenglet, if you saw the start of the game, well, I'll reel it back a little bit. When the game started, I was like a lot of you. Why in the hell is Lenglet playing over Samuel Umtiti? Lenglet is such a klutz. Lenglet is not playing good at all whatsoever in this season. And that is something that he must recognize and do what De Jong does. I think that Lenglet must go to De Jong. They must have a coffee. They need to go there, relax, chill, take a spa. And every single time, De Jong needs to tell how to make Lenglet improve. Not as a defender, but simply in the way that he analyzes his game. Because he is not getting better. Every time I see De Jong, he's in a constant kind of downhill transition. And that is not what I want to see. I was wondering then, why is it Koeman playing Lenglet here? You know, it's Copa del Rey. Play Umtiti. He did very well against Elche. He got a clean sheet. The two times that Umtiti plays against Barcelona, he got clean sheets. So why is Samu not playing? Well, because if you saw how Barcelona played at the start of this first half, Barcelona played almost with a three at the back. It was Lenglet, Araujo through the middle, and then it was the right sweeper was Oscar Mingueza. And Lenglet was the main source of connection with the midfield. You know, Lenglet would go up top, would almost go at the height of the midfield and put the passes there to either Messi, Griezmann, precisely from there, or go short with Riqui Puig. But by doing so, then the attackers of Rayo Vallecano would pressure Lenglet and allow for Firpo to be open. And those times where actually Firpo was open and then the ball was able to be fed to Junior Firpo, Firpo didn't take advantage of it whatsoever. Firpo just lost the ball many times. And let me tell you, the right back that Vallecano has right now, that I'm not too sure what his name is. I guess I have to use SoFIFA to find out. I'm literally opening right now to find out. I think that right back actually was better served for us because the way that he played was very kind of tuck inside. He was more of a central playing as a right back and not as a right back playing a right back. So there, Junior Firpo should technically on paper have a better game, but he wasn't able to do so. I thought that what Iriola, if you don't know, Iriola is the right back that Atletico Bilbao had a long time ago with Marcelo Bielsa in 2014-13. He's the manager of Vallecano now. And they didn't play Advíncula, which is the Peruvian, right? Which is my homeboy, which is my boy. He's even called Luis, and we're both from Peru. So although he's much more chocolate than I am, but Advíncula, he's so fast. And I was thinking, dude, Advíncula is gonna give a hassle to players down the left hand side because the thing that Advíncula has, he may not be the best footballer, but I know him, right? I know him very well because he's Peruvian. I even saw him on set in a commercial for Old Spice. I was there. I was working as a runner. And the thing that Advíncula had there is that he's just such a powerhouse. He's fast, he's strong. And those are the type of players that Barcelona doesn't like to play against. So that was really a strange decision that I think Iriola took, but I guess that's what it is. But then, like I said, Junior Firpo didn't took those chances, even though on paper it was good, in my opinion. It was easy for him. But he slowly started to get back into the game. He slowly regained his level, I would say. And as soon as we changed to 4-3-3 again for the second half, once the second half started, that is where he just became way better because there we had a proper system with a winger and overlapping. Now it wasn't just the carrileros doing the stretching, it was actually the wingers as well. And Firpo could just overlap way quicker with Anton Griezmann. I still don't understand Anton Griezmann for the left. I'm never going to understand that, but whatever. Going back to the live stream. Let's talk about it, guys. Public Enemy says, well, Luis, would you sell Lenglet for 28 to 36 million? If you ask me, yeah, I would. Not because Lenglet is not bad, but because Lenglet, I think out of Samuel Umtiti and him, he's probably the one that has the best market value. And we are going to be seeing Eric Garcia come in 100%. I don't think there is any way that's not going to happen. So then we would have, let's say we don't sell anyone. We have Umtiti, Lenglet, Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, Mingueza, and Piqué. We have 6 players for 2 positions. Normally you need just 4. You need just 4 players. So I would sell one of Umtiti and sell one of Lenglet because then we can have 5 and then Mingueza can rotate between right back, between center back, between the Barcelona B. And we have Araujo, Garcia as the main 2 backups and then have Piqué and Umtiti. Technically 2 of them, but I think Araujo will be a starter next to Piqué. Because when you look on paper, Umtiti is just way better than Lenglet as a footballer. As talent-wise, as a defender's goal, his awareness, his way of coming in deep, trying to get the ball and connecting with Busquets, De Jong, he's better at that. I think his passes may not be as good as Lenglet. I think Lenglet is a good passer. Let's not take that away from Lenglet. I think Lenglet is good with the ball. But Umtiti just gives you all the other aspects that a defender needs to have. He's a defender's first most... out of everything, he's a defender. You need to defend to be able to be crucial. Lenglet reminds me a lot of what, for instance, John Stone is at Manchester City. You know, you took away Vincent Kompany from Man City, and Stones was all over the field. And it's kind of happening with Lenglet here now with Piqué. Because Lenglet is good with the ball, he's a risk taker, but he's not precisely the best defender. He doesn't win duels, he doesn't do anything like that. Stones doesn't do anything like that. And now you see how the incorporation of Ruben Diaz in Man City is actually making that back four way stronger. And that triangle, right? The goalkeeper, the two center backs, it's way tighter. Because you have a proper defender, a defender that can literally get inside, tackle, and be hard on the ball and win the duels. A defender must win duels. If you do not win duels as a defender, then you're nothing. You need to be able to win duels. You need to be able to win duels. And Umtiti does that better than Lenglet. Lenglet hasn't won a duel in ages. Tell me what's the last duel that Lenglet won in open play. You know, running both to the ball. Iñaki, Lenglet. When is the last time that someone like that won? Lenglet certainly hasn't. Big Dream Mo again. Are you mad Messi missed the open goal? No, I'm not mad. Honestly, I don't mad. Of course, I would have liked it to be a goal, but it wasn't, and I'm fine. I'm never mad when someone misses a goal. I am mad when someone misses a goal like Sterling did against Lyon. Like, that is proper mad, and it's not even my club. But I'm not mad. You know which goal makes me mad? The miss of Dembele, the double misses of Dembele against Liverpool. The ones that after we lost in Anfield, those two misses by Dembele were awful. Were awful. They really, really were. And Rudy R. I don't know if it's just me or a pattern, but whenever Lenglet plays, we consider goal minimum. It could be. I would like to do a research on that. Maybe I'll do a video comparing Umtiti and Lenglet. Maybe that's something I could do in the future. Maybe. But do you think Garcia would start alongside Araujo? I think if Piqué is still in the team, Piqué will start with Araujo. And then Garcia slowly will become the replacement for Piqué. Anyway, I think that is what would happen. Samdua Dar saying needed the full squad to defeat a Division 2 side. Scared about PSG game? Are you asking me or are you scared? I wouldn't be scared about PSG. I think these games are something that you must live in the moment. If you're too worried about it, you're not going to enjoy the game. You need to be there, you need to enjoy it, you need to watch, you need to do everything, you know? Lenglet. Yeah. The Payo Araujo, the better option. I mean, Awad is a better player. Awad is a way better player, but he's just way too injury prone. But you know what? If he comes to Barcelona, maybe he could, when injured, he could be the guy talking over the games in the live streams. I would like that. His live streams are pretty cool. I already answered your question. No love entertainment on Garcia and Araujo. Can you please tune it down with emojis? 2 emojis is fine. 2 emojis is fine. You don't need to do a whole paragraph of exclamation marks. Phoenix with a Frankie de Jong statement. Phoenix, you are clutch. You are always clutch with these sort of comments. So I'm going to give you a raise. Because I really like that sort of information when you give about the players. I'm going to pin your message there. And I'm going to add you as a moderator. Frankie, it's true that I'm scoring more goals, but I still can improve on my game. You see, elite mentality. I agree. And already honestly, I do not see how Coutinho will fit into the squad now that we have. I agree. I don't see how Coutinho will fall back into the team now. There's not a path precisely for him. He needs to, I don't know. I would like to see for one game, play De Jong, play Busquets, play Coutinho, and see the level that Coutinho can play as a midfielder in a proper 4-3-3. If that happens, I believe that would be good. But we have to see in the long run what would happen with Coutinho, because the reality is that Coutinho is having a difficult time. He really is having a difficult time. Hasib Alfra, enjoy the PSG game, enjoy a Barcelona defeat. Bro, you need self-confidence. Oh well, the better way of saying is Barcelona need to give us the confidence to believe, Bro, have you been to the Camp Nou? Yes, I have been to the Camp Nou. Wasir Siad, I have been to the Camp Nou. I have said hi to Pogba, and Pogba has waved me back. That's probably the biggest life achievement I have ever had. I waved, I didn't shout Pogba, like the kid next to me. He shouted, well, he's not a kid. He was like, I was 19. He was probably like He was probably like 15. He shouted like Andreas Pereira, and Pereira waved, and then Pogba waved again, and I waved back. But the thing is that like nobody shouted for Pogba because nobody thought Pogba would turn around, but he did. But that was actually funny because I bought my ticket, right? And I buy this ticket with a company called StubHub, and they have already been very good to me many times because I had some problems with them, and they're always clutch. They always fix you the problems. In my experience, they have great customer service. And I went to Barcelona, my ticket, something happened with it, and they told me, hey, can you come over to our offices here, meet this lady, Margareta, no sé qué cosa. I went there, and she told me, okay, I know that the ticket happened this, we'll give you this other ticket. And when I go to the Camp Nou, I start looking for the ticket, right? And I asked the lady there, hey, ¿dónde está mi asiento? ¿Dónde puedo ir? ¿Dónde me puedo sentar? Que no sé qué. And she told me, oh, there, go to that sector of the first level. And I was like, first level? What? And then I go to the first level of the Camp Nou, and then I go like row. No, it's not A, it's not B, it's not C, it's not E, it's not F. I was like row J, and row J was literally the second row. I was in the second row of the Camp Nou, and I'm like, dude, I paid like for a seat like in the third floor, and I got second row in the Camp Nou, and I was like, I was so sick. That lady of the company, she was clutch. She was clutcher than Steven Gerrard goal in the Liverpool comeback against AC Milan in Istanbul. She was clutcher than that. Let me tell you. And it was for the game of Barcelona versus Manchester United in the Champions League. And I also went to watch Atletico Bilbao once before in a semi-final of Copa del Rey when I was younger with my parents. And then I went to watch that same weekend, the game of Manchester United was in the middle of the week. And then I went on Saturday in the weekend to watch Barcelona versus Real Sociedad. So I basically have a friend there that she has an Airbnb. So she lives like in the apartment, but she leaves her Airbnb there. And I go to sometimes when I have the money, I save for just watch a game. So I kind of always pick the Champions League nights so I can get to watch 2 games. And I go like literally the same day as the game. I go in the morning and then I stay in the Airbnb, go at night, and then just have 2 weeks there, visit some friends, and then I go next game and then go back. So literally just do it super fast. I think that's the best way of really visiting stuff in Spain. Suchit Ermson, MRZN, you're gonna be. Thoughts on Ricky Puig? You don't have to spam. Can somebody stop this man from spamming? But I'll take your question anyway. Thoughts on Ricky Puig? Mino de Menes, why do you guys go here? Reddit, just be patient. Be patient, dude. Be patient. Just like Mino. I love this guy. You know what, Mino? I like you too. Where are you? I like you too. Thoughts on Ricky Puig? I think Ricky Puig was fine. I really like the way that he played there in the start of the game because he was able to adapt so well to what Rayo Vallecano were doing. Because first Rayo Vallecano were low block, then high line. That is something that Ricky Puig does well. It's more often than not, a player needs to adapt to what's happening on the field. No. Like a player waits for their position in the field. You know, they try to assess what would be the best way for them to tackle this game. But Ricky Puig doesn't do that. Ricky Puig goes and adapts to what the team needs and what the opposition is putting out. And that tells you a lot about his quality up here mentally. It doesn't really it's not really that much of a huge hassle for him because he has the talent to do so. So that is something that must be praised. But people were going to argue, certainly. I thought that a lot of you at the start of the live stream were saying that Ricky Puig was losing many chances or was losing the ball often. He was dispossessed. And I get that. But that's kind of what comes with the role of being the sort of player that Ricky Puig is. He's a very risk-taking player. He likes to take those risks to be creative. And that is something which I'm going to comment on a video hopefully tomorrow or the day after. I have 2 videos planned, one on Ibra and AC Milan. You know that I want to do that as a favorite of mine. But I also have a video on Ricky Puig. I'm talking about him as a player, as a spotlight player. So we're going to do a deep analysis tomorrow in 24 hours about Ricky Puig as a player, as a footballer. We're going to go in depth into him. So be sure for that. Because the reality is that he's a player that is misunderstood. And for sometimes also misunderstood by me. the things that he does on the field are precisely something that's going to take away from him. And I understand the problem that there is with him, because you see Ricky Puig hanging out with these famous Spanish YouTubers, you see him going to these parties, all of that. And yeah, I don't know what he does in those parties. I'm not person to judge. I also go to parties. I also get drunk. I also do this. I also do that. But when you go and see, well, in the dressing room, precisely for someone like Koeman, who may be a little bit old-minded, for managers like that, I don't get how that could influence you. He has a very similar program to like Pogba has at Manchester United, where Pogba is this next generation type of player. He's a very extrovert character, and Ricky Puig does kind of give you the impression like that. He's someone who is may not extroverted perhaps with everyone, but in his circle, in his group of friends, he is. So I do understand the kind of implication that comes with that, you know? And that is precisely why some people may not like him inside that dressing room, because he's not a footballer by trade. He's not someone who could demonstrate precisely the professional skill set. He doesn't tick all the boxes in that sense, but the boxes that he ticks are incredible. So that is the main problem that exists with Ricky Puig, you know? Just some guy without a mustache saying, Frankie is our player of the month. Every time he scores, he smiles. He's as white as possible. One of the only players in the team who loves the club. We cannot lose him. You can't buy someone's adoration. I agree. You cannot buy someone. You cannot let someone go like Frankie de Jong. I think what he's been doing, I think is incredible. I think he can play so many positions. You want to play in a team like, you want to play him in a system like Bayern. He can play like Müller. He can play like Goretzka. He can play like Thiago. He can do anything. You want to play the Barcelona way? He can play through the left. It's kind of like a false winger like Iniesta did with Pep Guardiola. He can play as a DM like Busquets. He can play like a more creative type of I don't know what's the name of the player. Like an anchor like Xavi. You know, he can do anything. Big dream. I can't lie. Oscar can't cross for his life. No offense. I think that cross was so bad. His crosses were not all that bad. There was that particular one that was terrible, but yeah. Our midfield should be De Jong, Busquets, and Pedri. I think that is our midfield as well. I am talking about alternatives in the current situation. Slayer, I have no idea what you're commenting. I'm not getting into your system. Edwin Arceo, are you ever gonna go back to your old style videos like in the 18-19 season? Let me know, Edwin, what do you mean with that? I don't think I will go back. Honestly, I think I may go in a future, but I don't really enjoy making that sort of content. I love the content that I'm doing now. Honestly, I know for everyone it might not be their cup of tea, but it's what I enjoy doing. I think that as a creative content creator, I am very limited if I just do that. I don't enjoy doing that. I think it sounds so weird, but I think I can give more. Like the skills that I can do are just limited if I do that, you know? That is why I'm doing kind of a project that I want to review later. I want to make my own brand and thing, and that is going to be where I'm do that more sort of things, and then Bugalus FC can return to that all more personal style. That is something that is going to happen, and yeah, I guess that's going to be. Cucurella would have been good for us a left back. I agree. I think Cucurella is perfect. Lo, you talk like you know Ricky. I don't know Ricky, but you follow him on Instagram. You see his stories. You see the YouTube videos that he posts with other guys, and that's what it is, man. Hey boy Luis, have you seen the stats? And please do not get the impression that I'm talking like I know the Ricky Puig person, because in reality I don't. We only see what we see, and that's most of the time the problems with media, because you only get to see what you see. Like you can see what I do right in this live stream, but you cannot judge me for anything else because you don't have information in everything else. That is the thing, and I could say the same with you, and we can say the same with Ricky Puig. So don't get that. We're only making assertions about what we get to see, not about what we believe we see. I think once you start believing some things that are fake or things that you don't have the truth about, then you're losing. Will Frankie be used better by the next manager than Koeman? I think Frankie's used okay. I think he's used okay. He's different. He's playing different. But that's the beauty about Frankie de Jong, because he can be anything. Miro de Menes, bro, in other news, my back fence got ripped out by the storm. By the storm? What storm, dude? Does it have a name? It's a name as another female because every storm is a female, apparently. Where is the male representation in storms? That is a question that we must ask. Tual Lang, we need a CDM replacement for Busquets if the Young will play as an interior. I do agree. I think that there would be a shout of trying to get somebody else that could play there, because the reality is that indeed De Jong seems to be playing good in that position. I don't know if we want to change him back to the CDM. The thing with a CDM is that De Jong played good as a CDM, but in a two-double system, in a two-pivot system, not in a single one. So, yeah. De Jong should have a pep talk with Coutinho. I said that, Bexar. I said that at the start of this of the live stream. I said that he needs to go with Lenglet, grab a drink, go outside, go to a bar, chill night of friends, you know, homie nights, and a drink with the boys, and just tell him everything. Because Lenglet needs to hear from someone that knows how to criticize, to make self-reflections. Who remembers Buga's intro, Viseo? What? Okay, guys, that is a question that I'm going to take from Basken. Who knows my old intro that was the Ronaldinho or Ronaldinho? Who remembers that? Does anyone in this chat remembers that intro? Does anyone? That's what I want to know. MX Jr., it is just me that did not get scared when we went 1-0 down. I got scared. I got proper mad. Made it SH. I would love to see the team with Vest, Piqué, and Fadi back. Me too. Leon Forrester saying, hey, Boga Luis, have you seen the stats released for Araujo? 16 games played and 13 wins and 3 draws and 0 loss when he plays. Very interesting, isn't it? It is. He's a proper player. Phoenix, keep doing what you love, bro. Thanks for Barça. Hello, guys. How are you doing? We had a storm near my town, Lamao. Saludos desde Honduras. Would it be a disservice? Saludos desde Peru. Would it be a disservice to Frankie if he takes over Busquets? I don't know, man. I don't know, because he's playing good where he is right now. So I wouldn't really want to change it. And right now, Busquets in this system is actually playing okay so far. So I don't think there's too much to be changed there. I think the question is more about who will be that third midfielder. Because right now it seems to be Pedri, but it could be Pedri, it could be Coutinho, it could be Pjanic. I would like to see how it works with Pjanic. I would like to see how it works with Coutinho, because we've seen Pedri, we've seen Ricky Puig. They're two very similar players. Not particularly from the sense that they are equally the same, but they occupy a very same role in the terms of the priorities that they need to carry defensively. Benjamin Counter, are you assuming Storm's gender? I mean, if they say attack helicopter, there's nothing I can do with it, right? Andon Griezmann has now 4 goals and 3 assists in the last game for Barcelona. That's pretty good. Mihailo Bojanovic, Trincao top 3 players today. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do the podium. I think that first player, De Jong, certainly. 2, I would put Araujo. And 3, Trincao was pretty good today. Trincao was really, really good today. Yeah, because Trincao is looking sharper. I don't know what is about it. I said that he's kind of slowly getting to the frequency of Barcelona. He's understanding the pace, the rhythm of the game that Barcelona play. And that is proper. I like that. So Trincao, yeah, you know what? I would put him in as a third moment. You know what? Benjamin Counter, you should do retrospective videos about certain Barcelona moments. I think your narration is very good. I have that type of nailed down. I have this series called Rewind That Shit. I've done many players, but certainly, for instance, I always have this thing that I want to comment on the Barcelona 6-1 against PSG. I think that is something that I want to talk about. So don't worry about it. I have plans for a lot of things, but I just need to improve personally. I have to improve in my discipline. I have to be able to wake up every day, work from some hours, and then just do something else, do like that. Because before what I did, when I did the other videos that Edwin was mentioning, I would do videos to the point where I would just have so much pressure and I wouldn't even watch them. It would be something that I didn't want to produce really. And I just felt like awful, you know, because I did a video and it didn't make me happy. But now every time I put a video out, or at least I want to get to the point where every video that I put out, I'm giving 100% in that video. I cannot say the same thing about other YouTubers, because you see YouTubers that upload to try and get that consistency. But personally, for me, it's something so important to feel happy about what I do. So I want to make those videos. Every video that I make, I want to make it giving 100%. Like, you know how we talk about the field, how we talk about football. If I was a footballer, I want to give 100% in every match. Where I walk, either win or lose, I walk off that match saying, you know what, I did my best. And that's what I want to do in my videos, the very same way. CJ, we need to see Alejandro Valde very soon. We need to see Alejandro Valde very, very soon. You know what? We need that. Because I think if we sell Junior Firpo, I think he's good enough to be a backup. I think he's good enough. He really, really is. Phoenix, Luis, what do you think about Jandro Reyana? I don't know Jandro Reyana. I will look it up, I will look it up for you because I have no idea who he is. Coop Miners will be my replacer for Busquets in the future. Coop Miners I haven't seen much of him, but I know he has played good so far in Alcamar, so I would like to see more of him. Who remembers Buga's video where a girl raided Sparta? You know what? The other day, Bastian, I was talking with her because she's my friend. She's friends with her family, so I see her often. And we're good friends, right? And I was talking with her, and of course she has grown older. It's been like 3 years since that video. And she was like, you know what, I would like to see the video. I would like to do the video again. I'm like, yeah, we should do the video again. But this time with the new players, with Lenglet, with Pedri, all of them, to see what she says. But I don't know if it would happen. Will you trade Ricky Puig with Elite? Don't tell me that. I would trade someone for Puig, but I don't know, man. I don't think so. Hey Bua, are you from Peru? What do you think of Kluivert Aguilar? He signed from Manchester City recently. Aguilar was good in Alianza Lima. He was fine, but now he's going to City, but not particularly to Manchester City. He has the option of going to Belgium or the option of going to Girona in Spain. I would certainly 100% go with Spain, because I think that is where a player from Peru could do better. But I'm just worried that perhaps I don't know. It's hard for a player from Girona, let's say, to then make a jump to a team like if you play really good in a team that's under the level of, in the level of Deportivo Alavés, Leganés, Girona, all of those teams, right? It's hard for you to, if you play really good, you will jump to a Sevilla, you will jump to a Real Sociedad, but not more. And I'm scared about that. In Belgium, however, teams like the Premier League have good scouting networks over there where you can go, oh, you know what, I'll take you, a pickpocket. Or maybe you go from that team in Belgium, you go to Anderlecht, and then Anderlecht goes to Manchester City. Things like that. That's what I would do better with Kluivert. If I was him, I wouldn't be particularly too excited for him to stick in City's youth system. I think he needs to go out to Girona or Belgium. Yandro is very good. I don't know about him. I need to see him. Everybody's saying he's pretty good. Yeah, like Air Slayer saying, Miro the Menace, that Aguilar signing looks more like a City Group signing. Yeah, it's more like a City Group signing than an actual Manchester City. Javuli Grand, Ace Trainer Liam what the fuck anime moments from Pokemon? No, I don't know who's Liam what the fuck Ace Trainer. I have no idea. I watch 2 channels from Pokemon, but most of the Pokemon things I consume is literally I play them. I'm literally playing them. I'm playing a Nuzlocke. You know what's a Nuzlocke? I'm literally playing it right now. As soon as I'm finished, I'm gonna play this. I have to edit a Ricky Puig video for the tomorrow. That I'm gonna play some with Dota with my friends. Maybe that's what I do, and then I'm gonna play this while I'm going in my bed to sleep or something like that. What do you think about Junior to AC Milan? It was a good deal, especially since we're in need of money. I don't think that deal is gonna happen anymore because Ricky Puig recently just became a father. And his daughter was premature, so you need to stay very careful with those sort of things. So he will stay in Barcelona for the near future. I don't think that's going to happen. Miro de Menas, I'm going to disagree with you there. I think Kluivert should go to Belgium because he don't already have Jankuto on loan from City, who's a right back. That's a good point. That's a very good point that I didn't mention. You know what? That's a very good point. I don't know the team that... Can you research Miro de Menas or Air Slayer? Can you go and see which club is a Belgian club that he could go to? Because I have no idea. Hey, Luis, have you seen the stuff from Araujo? Yes, Leo Forrester. I did. Maybe you were not in the live stream, but I did comment on you. Play 13 wins, 3 loss, 0 loss, 6 I know. Every time that Barcelona play with Araujo, we do not lose, and that is massive. Eric Slayer, Jack Harrison, a good example of a City Group signing, very good player. He's very good, and now he's Leeds, right? Doing very good under Bielsa. Imagine Buga as our future coach. I would love that. Bro, watch him look up. I'm gonna look about it. Ricky Puig, a father, lol. Dude, can we talk about how Phil Foden is a dad? How can you be a dad at 20? Like, I'm not gonna push many boundaries, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But you have to live your life. I think that at 20, there's no way you're the real deal. You know, you have to keep it going. There is one Kluivert that plays for Barça, right? Well, he used to. Emerson would be perfect for sale. I think Emerson would be a good player to sell as well. I think AC Milan were looking at Emerson. Yeah. Ghent, Javali Grant. I know I love doing randomizers. I love doing randomizers, bro. I really, really like that. I would love to show you my team, dude. I would love to show you my team. Like, when I talk about Pokemon, I talk with the same hype as football. But 300, like the people watching here, I don't think they're going to enjoy that. Do you see Barça walk away when Trincao was nearly early in the game? I mean, come on. Do you see Barça players walk away when Trincao was down early in the game? I mean, come on. What do you mean? You mean you want them to go and support them? I don't know. I didn't see that moment, so I cannot comment too much on it. The Belgian team that City own is Lomel. Good to know. Thank you for the information, Miro. I'm talking about one of his sons. Maybe there could be one of his sons there, because of course he's the head of La Masia, right, or the head of recruitment in La Masia. So yeah, there could be one of his sons playing there. I have no idea really. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, bro, Puig is older than I am, but it feels like I'm older than him. Ricky Puig is 21. He's older than me. And that's the thing that is worrying about Ricky Puig, because he's he's not that young anymore. He's not that young, and he's kind of the same age as I am, right? But he hasn't proved himself, at least, you know? A question based on the performance of the young players in defense. Do you think when Piqué is back, do you think he should take any of the players that are currently playing now in position? I think he's better than Umtiti. I think he's better than Lenglet, Piqué. And I think he will be a good teacher to Araujo, so I want to see Piqué and Araujo. Do you agree that Iliax is clear of Fede Fraude Verde? No, I don't agree. I think he's not clear, but I think both are very good. But I think Iliax could be. I think he has a higher ceiling. With Valverde, the problem with Valverde is that players like him, most of the time they won't get the recognition in terms of the media that would make him really stand out to be the max, because the media likes so flashy talents, because they don't get you, the players like Valverde don't get you the clicks, right? And they're not going to be precisely into them every single time. Possible Pokemon channel? No way Ricky Puig has a son. No. Are you saying that? Are you saying Ricky? No, there's no way. There's no way that he has a son. Ricky Puig doesn't have a son. I don't believe that. Pokemon channel. I made a Pokemon channel a long time ago when I was like 7. But no, I wouldn't make one now. I would like to live stream. So something that I'm thinking, guys, a lot is that, as you know, I'm a big gamer. I'm a big gamer. And I would love to live stream, like my career modes, like my games when I play like Last of Us, or when a new game comes out, or Pokemon or whatever. I would love to live stream. So I'm thinking of making a Twitch channel, and maybe we can do these sort of videos on YouTube and on Twitch, and then we can do other stuff on Twitch, you know, and potentially do like double live stream. So I have the people on YouTube here and the people on Twitch there as well, because with Streamlabs, which is the operating system to where you do the Twitch thing, you can see both comments. So I would never miss anything that people in both sections are saying, you know. He has a younger brother. I don't think he has a son. I don't think Ricky Puig has a son. I don't think that. He doesn't have one. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have one. Buga, everyone is saying he has a son because Jackson said Puch baby was born prematurely. Oh, yeah. I mean, Firpo baby. Firpo baby, not Puch. Firpo baby. The Firpo baby, not the Puch baby. Bro, are you telling me not to play Pokemon? Who the fuck are you to tell me not to play Pokemon? That is the best franchise the world has ever seen. The reason why I'm this intelligent is because of Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. I remember my teacher was like, bro, how are you good at mathematics? And I'm like, dude, because I have to calculate how much times my super effective moves are gonna do on that freaking Crobat, you know? I subbed to Buga Gaming. I think Puch had like kids with Koeman's wife. That's the reason why Koeman eventually Puch. I don't think I'll play better, but I don't understand starting him before Conrad. Conrad had 10 minutes and impressed so much. I think because we see that Trincao is still kind of like a prospect and he's someone that we invested money in. People forget that, yes, Conrad should play, but the reality is that if we want to have a healthy environment and a system and economic of the club, you need to play Trincao. That is a problem with sometimes, and I want Trincao to succeed because eventually, if you see Trincao succeed, it will give you way more benefits than if Conrad succeeds. If you know what I mean, that would be the best player. Nobody be playing Pokemon, dude. So many people play Pokemon. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking, bro. I have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna take away your moderator, bro, because everybody be playing Pokemon, okay? People so cool, so many cool people are gonna play Pokemon. Pokemon made me smart. Bro, it did. What? Okay, shut up. But I honestly think that like playing games did make me smart because, or that did make me smart, but help you with your logic and your thought process because you have to pick decisions. You have to be good at many things like that. It does help you in a way. And I remember there was once in school, the teacher gave us an assignment. The teacher said, okay, write an essay on why video games are bad. And I was like so against it. I was so against it that I wrote the essay, video games were good. And I submitted the essay and the teacher at the end of the day came like, class, everybody listen to what Luis said. He did a different question to what I told him to do. And then bang, he put the essay on the table and it was why video games are good. And everyone was like, you know how people are. Everyone went like, ooh, Luis did the wrong thing. And I was like, I'm right. And the teacher went to me and he opened his hand and went like, well done. Well done. Because your essay is not only good, but you did what you defended, what thought was right. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's good. But anyhow, guys, I think that's gonna be it for right now. We've talked about everything here on my list. I'm going with my checklist, and we talk about Messi, we talk about Trincao, we talk about Ricky, we talk about Firpo, we talk about absolutely everything here on the channel. So that probably is gonna be it for right now. I wanna let you know, guys, before we leave, that we have a documentary now on Xavi up on the channel. Go check it out, a short documentary on the story of Xavi, our future manager at some time. And then we're also gonna be talking about later on Ricky Puig tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have Ricky Puig for an analysis, a player spotlight. My favorite series on the channel, player spotlight, will make a return with Ricky Puig. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen in the near future. We also have a video on Ibrahimovic as well, and then more. So that's gonna be it for right now, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.